I'm Leah, and this is my show, Livin On A Dream. In each episode, I'll be sitting down one-on-one with an actor, a musician, or some other creative type. Some you'll know, some you'll be getting to know, but all of them you should know. They're living on a dream. Are you?
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Livin On A Dream. I'm in Reading, PA today with a good friend of mine. We go back at least a decade or so. He's out rocking and rolling, doing his thing. My buddy, Glen Sobel.
What's up? Just getting ready to play a show we're on in a couple hours. And I got a message from you
like
that you were in town. Yeah, you're here. And so I was happy to see you, get you on the guest list to come to the show tonight. And yeah, a couple hours we're on. It's an hour-and-a-half show. It's a total workout for me. It's a great time. This whole tour has been awesome.
I just want to thank you. I appreciate you putting us on the list and getting us out here and whatnot. And, you know, I'm like, yeah, Reading. And he's like calling me back with these like phone messages going like, I don't know if you're on East Coast time. Are you on East Coast time? Why are you on East Coast time? But yeah.
I didn't know you were here.
Not in Reading. I mean, I'm in Reading right now.
Yeah, I didn't know you were East Coast.
I've been kind of on my own tour for about a year now, and I have this little vlog. It's called On the Road with Leah, and I've just been I've been in 8 states and 15 cities with that vlog. So far.
Really?
Yeah, I added it up the other day. It's kind of neat.
Bad.
But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Glenn, because Glenn is out here with Alice Cooper, like he was saying. And how long have you guys been on the road now?
This tour started middle of May. We started rehearsals on May 1st in Nashville. And then we started the tour in the middle of May. We did a whole 2.5-month stretch. Came home for a three-week break, and then we started up again on like the beginning of August. And now we're at what, mid-August. We go home in 2 weeks for like a 2-3 week break. Then we're off to Australia, New Zealand. We got Asian dates. We're back to Europe. We got Russia. It's like the never-ending tour. I think it's booked to mid-December now. Actually, no rest.
You toured with Alice before? Is this the first gig?
No, this is the first tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the new guy.
So what do you think so far?
It's been awesome. The organization is great. I mean, I know people that play on the gig already. And the other guys, we have a lot of mutual friends in common. So that always helps when you're coming into a new group of people to have a lot of things in common, like certain friends and musical interests. So.
And hopefully those friends have good things to say about you. You never know, coming from the Hollywood
Mostly
area.
Good.
You never know. Someone could be like, yeah, oh my God, I love that guy. And then they run around and be like, oh my God, what an, you know Hollywood.
That's Hollywood, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about, like, what got you here. Where are you from? I mean, I've known you for a while, but where are you from?
I'm actually born and raised in LA.
Oh my gosh. That's why I didn't know where he was from, because nobody ever admits when they're actually...
No, I don't care. I'm proud of that. I'll admit it.
There's not many of you.
No, it's pretty rare.
Alright, and so growing up, you have any family in the entertainment industry? Is that just something you knew you wanted to do?
No, I didn't have any family in the entertainment biz, but eventually my parents realized that this wasn't just some kind of passing fad for me, so they eventually slowly started to really give me their support. Now, ever since, it's just been like amazing. They've been amazing as far as being supportive and being proud and embarrassing me when I go to, family functions and other things. They always got to talk about me, and, as a kid. You feel like a kid when they do that, even if you're...
But we love it. Yeah. Us artistic types, we eat that up. Like, tell them what I've done.
My dad lays it on pretty thick, though. I'm always like, Dad, come on,
Aww.
That's what they do. That's their job. So...
How old were you when, was it always music, or... was it always drums?
Yeah, I started at the age of 11. I actually was in a beginning band class in junior high. Yeah, junior high, I got into beginning band class somehow. I can't even remember how that happened, but there was, of course, like 15, 20 guys that wanted to play drums, but there was maybe only 4 or 5 spots for that, so they had to have us pick numbers out of a hat.
Wow.
And there was 2 guys left and 2 numbers. I picked the right number. I always remember that moment.
What number was it?
I don't remember, but it was the right one, whatever it was. Because the other guy had to go on trumpet or something like that. That could have been me.
Could have been you.
Yeah, that would have been ugly. But no, I got to play drums, and then about a year later, I finally convinced my parents to get me a drum set, right? It took a while, but I had to earn it.
But you played, you were in the junior high band,
yeah.
So
we're into
you showed them that you were still,
Yep. And then got a drum set. High school, I got into marching band. I was a total band geek, but at least the drum line was the coolest of the band.
So when did you start putting bands together?
Rock bands?
Any sort of project?
Well, I got into
the
jazz bands in high school, but then finally I started jamming with friends, other guitar players. We play in my bedroom and drive the neighbors nuts, and the cops would show up. I think every kid that's played in a rock band has stories like that. Senior year of high school, I put my first real rock band together. Actually, I joined the band, and they got me into the idea of playing cool parties and club shows. Before that, I was in the marching band. I liked a lot of jazz and fusion, which I still do, but they said, hey, you know, there's not any girls at those shows. You got to get into like this new band, Guns N' Roses, and they started turning me on to some other cool acts, and I credit that band and that experience with helping form who I am today as a musician. I like, you know, the music stuff.
Yeah, the rock scene
and
in
the rock
LA
stuff.
at that time was insanity. You were a teenager and it was exploding, huh?
Yeah, we were going to clubs that we could get into that were all ages. I was going pretty young. I played on the Sunset Strip.
And stuff, right?
Played Sunset Strip when I was 17. Yeah, so that was all a really good experience. I still keep in touch with those guys all the time. They're some of my best friends. I'm the only one, I think, that's doing music
still in music?
as a
That's what I was
full-on
gonna ask.
profession. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is me. I teach at a music school in Hollywood.
Yeah,
a little
Musicians
bit.
Institute,
Yeah,
right?
MI, Musicians Institute. When I'm in town, I'll teach them maybe one day a week. I've been doing this on and off for a long time. And I see kids right out of high school. And this is the part that makes me feel like old. I mean, I'm not a teenager anymore. But I see the work ethic, and it's just like not happening. I don't see the practice rooms filled up at night like I guess they used to be even 10 years ago. The guys that taught there for 20 years, you should hear them talk about this, you know, just the work ethic. I just wonder if there's sometimes a sense of entitlement to people coming in like, hey, I'm paying good money to go to this school. That means I should automatically get somewhere. No, you still got to work, you got to practice, you have to want to do it. It shouldn't seem like work. The hours should just pass by without you even noticing it because you're obsessed with learning your craft.
So you think they're getting the feeling that they can slide on in, and then because they have MI on their resume, they're gonna get picked up by a band and be on the road tour.
Maybe. It's possible. I mean, there's definitely been cases of students that have gone to that school and gotten right into some touring act. It's happened a lot of success stories.
Well, it's also about networking, you know, and and your referrals, and so having a referral from MI would be an awesome thing to have, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. I just sometimes wish that I would see more of an incentive on any student's part, whether it's private students or from any school, whatever, just see them really get interested in music and all kinds of music. I see a lot, this is what I see there's a lot of narrow-minded thinking, like, I just like this kind of music and that's it. I just like Scandinavian black metal, and that's the only style I like.
Your
I was always into
huge.
everything, yeah. And the more you're into it, the more songs you learn, the better you're going to get. I also see the attitude of students, whether it's drums, bass, guitar. Once in a while you hear someone say, well, I don't want to learn other people's styles and other people's songs because that'll prevent me from having my own style. I think that's wrong. You have to take from as many different sources as possible, put it all together, reinterpret it your own way, and that's how you come up with a style.
Absorbing the masters and working on your craft, but all areas of your craft, you know.
It's so important. I think it's just an excuse.
In the music world in general, the young kids are coming in going, yeah, I just want to be a rock star, and you know, not really think about the history of the music and everything down to, I mean, you can read music, you can write music, you know.
Yeah, reading music, that's important. That's definitely
well,
stuff
I know that my dad can't. My dad has played guitar all his life.
Really?
He used to have a band when I was born, and then had to give that up to my dad and my father and my family. Well, he had 5 kids, so it was his fault. But and then he played in a wedding band for a while. And I know my dad can pick up the guitar and play anything you tell him to play, but he can't read music.
So he's got a great ear.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Reading music is going to come in handy when you do like the freelance sort of session player gigs where there is no rehearsal.
Right.
You might be handed a piece of music, or you're given a recording. Nowadays they send you an MP3 online, whatever, and you got to make your own chart, which involves reading music. But if you're in a band, it's not always as important. But how many successful people are there that are just in one band these days?
Right. There's not many at all. There's not.
They exist,
you know.
but if you want to be a true working musician and be able to do a lot of different things, it could be wedding gigs and private parties. It could be cover gigs. It could be touring, anything.
Even TV and film. You know,
Yep.
TV and film is also a huge area. And so the more musicians I meet, like yourself, that are like, well, yeah, I tour with this band and I tour with that band. Like, I think it's so many people come out with the I'm gonna be a rock and roll star, and then, you know, God forbid they
realize how much work it is.
Right, I guess, or you know, they end up just partying it away and like taking up the lifestyle rather than
Yeah, they're more into
what's
the
word I'm looking for?
idea.
Yeah, you know, the idea of it
The
all,
actual
and
work to put in.
they're dead in the corner somewhere, you know. But those that are actually making a successful career out of music have their hand in a little bit of everything.
You kind of have to. You got to have a lot of irons in the fire. And this whole business, sometimes it comes down to just being like a war of attrition, meaning like the last guy standing that's persevering, and they keep moving forward without letting certain things get them down or making them.
So that's our show today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, dream on.
Fall inside, dream